What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Finding Truth with Pleasure, where we find the truth and spread it. And y'all know I'm about to talk my ish, okay? Because I'm tired of this industry. I'm tired of it. Okay, some of us getting tired of our people just getting knocked down in this industry, in this hip hop culture. Like, what have y'all done to the culture? That's what I'm not understanding. What is going on? Okay, because the hip hop culture was infiltrated, I feel like this is why everyone is dying to the industry. Okay, Mary J. Blige even put it in her song Amazing. Everybody, family dying to the industry. Why is that? Why is that? So before I get started, I just want to say rest in peace, Takeoff. Okay, he was a Migos member, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys already know who the Migos is, and if you don't, you better go look it up and figure it out. So on November 1st, 2022, Migos member Takeoff met his demise in the company of J. Prince Jr., Jazz Jr., and other mob ties members. Okay, there are multiple reports and videos circulating and being analyzed on the internet to determine who the suspect is and to determine where these shots came from. Okay, y'all already know the police, they don't solve these cases quick enough, so the internet has band together the people who are tired of the communities being like this, the people who call them thugs and all these other things. Okay, they're tired of it. People are tired of it, of these people not being spiritually awakened. Like, stop doing this to your own people, which I can understand that. However, people who don't live that lifestyle will never understand. Okay, when you were raised around that and that's all you knew, it's really, and you're still around that situation, how will you awaken? How will you awaken if you're still in that very same environment, still learning the same things? How do you awaken? How do you ascend from that? Okay, so I'm not placing any judgment on anyone here, but there are also reports to steer the narrative, okay, such as that this was an accidental death. So there was a story going around when this first happened, and the first story that was going around was that there was a dice game, and there was an argument between Quavo and another member. There were reports going around that J. Prince Jr. beat up Quavo, and then Takeoff stood up, and somebody from Takeoff's camp and Quavo's camp start shooting wildly and accidentally hit Takeoff. Okay, so these were the first reports that were going around. And as more videos and stories come out, these stories are now changing and the narratives are now being steered. There were witnesses who spoke out, and one of the witnesses, she spoke out, but she said something that really didn't make any sense. Like, it's like she gave some tea, she gave a bit of tea that I did believe. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you guys what it was in just 1 second. But this girl was saying like, they know who I am, so I don't want to do this and I don't want to say too much. But then she got on there and literally said that the only people who had firearms that night was mob ties members. So she's basically saying that Quavo and Takeoff did not have any firearms. They did not have any armed security. And if you guys, I did a 10-card spread on my channel, Pleasure's Divine Energy. You guys can go check out that channel if you want to go see the reading I just did surrounding the energy around his death. You guys can definitely go check that out on my YouTube channel. I just did a reading on this, okay? This was not accidental. You can't accidentally shoot nobody in their head. Okay, how's it an accident if only mob ties members were allowed to have firearms at this bowling alley at this event in Houston, Texas? How is that an accident? How do you accidentally shoot someone in the head? If it's just a fight and nobody's supposed to have firearms, why are you pulling out a gun shooting? And we seen someone on video with a firearm, and that person I think has been identified, but I think has not turned themselves in yet, or is a person of interest. And the firearm looked like a small firearm. So it's like, why do you have that? at an event where it's supposed to be no firearms. And if Quavo and Takeoff, this isn't their first rodeo with Jay Prince Jr., Jazz Jr., or this family, with the Prince family, okay? They've been to multiple events with these people, and they felt comfortable at those events. That's why they was there like that. That's why they didn't have no armed security, because they felt like they didn't need it. They checked in. Well, they keep telling people, oh, when you go to a city, you need to check in with Whoopty Whoop Whoop, because Whoopty Whoop Whoop run this city. You feel me? All these motherfucking mob bosses and shit running these cities and running the dope game. So it's like, oh, you got to check in with this person. Okay, so they checked in, and they with some of the most spoken about people, some of the most powerful people in Houston, the Prince family. Why are they not protected? And if this is your friend or your family or somebody you look at as a friend or a family member, why walk past this man's body and just step over it and look at him nonchalantly? And for a person to actually not have a reaction and to just walk past this man like that, that lets me know that you're used to seeing people unalive in front of you. Okay, you're used to seeing that. You've seen that many a times to the point where it doesn't bother your soul, or you don't have a soul and you're just evil at that point. Okay. His father did speak out. So Jay Prince did speak out, y'all. So he put out a little article. I don't know on what site, but I seen it on somebody's channel. And he put out an article, and he was talking about, he was saying that whoever the shooter is, as if he don't know, okay? As if he don't know, as if they not talking to him, like he don't know what's going on. He said whoever the shooter is, they cannot hide behind him. So it's like, okay, now it's like, who you send, you know who you sending them subliminals out. So who you talking to? Your son? Your sons? Because the whole internet is mentioning your son's name. And one statement that bothered me that he said the mother is grieving. Okay, so they keep trying to throw the mother's grief in there. And this is why I told people on my other channel, I said they about to try to have y'all videos taken down. Anybody that's playing videos about it and stuff like that, they're going to try to have those videos taken off the internet, and they're going to try to use the mother to do it. Why? Because they keep bringing up the mother's grief. Yeah, we know she just lost a child, and I know for a fact this woman is grieving right now, and she never could imagine. She never could imagine in a million years that this would have happened to her child. I know this already, okay? I know this. But however, they're going to use her grief to try to get these videos taken down, because the only thing that's going around the internet is how his children have something to do with it, or how his children set something up and his family's name is involved in this case once again. Somebody just died from Chicago. They just killed the jury dude and set him up, and he was at a dice game with these same people, including Lil Boosie. But everybody know that was a setup, and this man just got murdered. So, boom. Now we got another case a couple of weeks later with some prominent rappers that we know just had issues with their label. So, can we connect some dots and make this make sense? Because honestly, I thought it was gonna be Offset. I knew they was about to get one of the Migos members. I knew one of their time was up. I knew this already, but I thought it was gonna be Offset. But I think Cardi bailed Offset out, because she's backed by them J's, by them jewels. You know we got them jewels. Yeah. You know we got them jewels. She's backed by them jewels. Okay? Because when she had a situation, she had to go to them for help. That's why she sold out. Let's be clear. So she's backed by them. So she got him out the way. And I heard she paid like $3 million to do it. To get his masters and stuff, to be able to get him out the contracts and stuff with P or whatever. So with QC. So, you know, then Quavo and Takeoff, y'all still messing with the same label. Mind you, these labels now have insurance money on these artists, okay? So whatever the artist is worth, the insurance labels are getting almost 10 times that, okay? So if they worth $2 million, they'll get $12 million. if this person dies, and it has nothing to do with the family. This is their own personal policy on that rapper. And a lot of the times these people are not reading these new contracts. They're adding new clauses in the contracts, or they do not understand the verbiage that is in the contracts. Okay, so they're just signing because they like, okay, well, we get this amount, da da da, and then later on they realize what that means, and then they want to rescind these contracts, but don't know how to do it properly because they don't know the laws and they don't know how to do the paperwork, and they never understood the contracts from the beginning or understand contract law. Okay. I just can't with this industry. I just can't. It's November. This man didn't die November 1st. I don't know if y'all seen some it was a few people that posted the gematria charts. Okay. Everything is in alignment, so we know it's that energy harvesting season. We know it's a sacrificial season, okay? So now people are trying to figure out if Quavo has something to do with it. So y'all can let me know down below in the comments. Do y'all feel like Quavo got something to do with it? What y'all think about that? What y'all think about the case? Was it a setup or was it not? Because the stories keep changing, the narratives keep changing, and then you got the police chief coming out, and people's like, oh, he sounds so sincere. And man, y'all take a look at this clip real quick.
I got many calls from Houston and outside of Houston, and everyone spoke of what a great young man this is, how peaceful he is, what a great artist. And I'm calling up on everybody, our hip-hop artists in Houston and around the nation. We got to police ourselves. It is so many talented individuals, men and women, in that community who, again, I love and I respect. And we all need to stand together and make sure nobody tears down that industry. And I'm calling to start here in Houston, here and possibly as early as next week. I want to meet with some of our artists and see how we can taper things down. Right now,
So as y'all can see, people feel like this sergeant is being sincere with what he is saying. But are y'all really listening to what this man is saying? They keep bringing up the mother's grief and, oh, we can't let nobody tear down this industry, and I want to meet with the artist. Okay. What do you mean you don't want nobody to tear down that industry? Hip-hop ain't even the same. The industry been infiltrated, so why would you not want it torn down and to get it back to how we had it at first? What was hip-hop created for? For us to express ourselves and create. It was not designed for us to be played by record labels and to be slaves in 360 deals or with insurance policies on people. That's not what that was designed for. So why are you, Mr. Black Man, working so hard for this industry not to get torn down? And whose payroll are you on? Because let's be clear, the police, they don't get paid a lot of money like that. They don't get paid enough, not what they feel like they should get paid, because if they did, they wouldn't be on dope dealers' payrolls. They wouldn't be getting caught up in crimes with affiliated mob bosses. Don't you think? Don't you think? So my question again is, how is this an accident? How can this possibly be an accident if you just pay attention to what these people are saying and what narrative they're trying to steer? Now, I feel like Jay Prince, I don't feel like he was the one who orchestrated this. I'm sorry, I just don't get that. My soul is telling me that he's not the one who orchestrated this. Okay, he said he don't got time for foolishness. And I feel like this was something that some younger people, we're just going to say that, and we all know the names, but I'm not going to say the names, so we all know who it is. But the younger people were paid to do. I feel like they may have ventured out because, let's be clear, ain't nobody checking for them. Who checking for them besides the fact that their dad has money, influence, and power? Because if their dad wasn't their dad, who would be checking for them? I wait. Anybody? Would any of y'all be checking for them? I didn't think so. I didn't think so. So really, in my eyes, they just some regular street dudes. Okay? That's trying to make a name off of their father. So I feel like they went and put a whole play together. A whole play together without their father's knowledge and without his approval. That's how I'm feeling. Like it went that way. Okay? And they did some things on their own. And now they need daddy to try to help them get out. And daddy's like, y'all can't hide behind me because there's already too many videos and footage of you guys at the scene and things aren't adding up. People's not liking the way that you walk past this person that you invited. Okay? It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Not at all. And then it makes me wonder, the people that was recording, did y'all know? Did somebody know that this person was about to meet their demise? Like, why did you start recording when you started recording? You started recording right before the shooting. Why is the whole argument not recorded? I mean, just got questions. I'm not putting no blame on nobody. I just got questions. Because I want to make this make sense. Over here, I got to make it make sense. Because it's plenty of things surrounding this case that don't make sense. How does all the gematria numbers add up? Like, you know. I guess it was just that time. And somebody had to be taken out. And it just happened to be Takeoff. Y'all, this Takeoff stuff is crazy, but it's gonna be more to come. Okay, I'm still just looking at these videos and I'm just like, this is off the hook. But it was just a few things that stood out to me. I'm like, this wasn't no accident. Okay, this was definitely a setup, and people want to know not only who the shooter was, but we want to know who was the big man behind it, because you people are not being held accountable because y'all got so many people in fear. Y'all not being held accountable for the things that you're doing in your own community. The children that you have impact on that you're having go out here and crash out and get their freedom and lives taken. Killing your own. I thought we decided to stop that, but it's a few of you guys that's still under like code lockdown and still under spells. Okay? It's a lot of you guys that's still under spells. And it's a lot of people that's waking up. But y'all better know that all of this was a distraction. It took all y'all off of what Kanye West was doing and what he was talking about and how he was exposing them. And nothing he said was a lie. I'm just saying. I seen no lies in what he was saying. And I feel like he didn't owe the black community an apology about anything, especially the same black community that backed Biden, who mandated poison in our communities, but won't back their own brother when these same communities that we make billionaires tore this man down. The same communities that stole your ancestors' land, gold and silver. The same people that put you in the predicament to be poor. And y'all keep telling these artists to expose them and come out, but when they do, you don't back them. You don't back them? I'm trying to tell y'all. This shit is crazy. I just wanted to talk my ish real quick. Just wanted to talk my ish and get my opinion on this Takeoff situation. Like I said, rest in peace, Takeoff. It happened on 11/1/2022. Okay. And let's see, 11/1/2022, that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That equals 9. 9 is completion. So the sacrifice and the ritual was complete. It was complete. Same month, Von, Dolph, and Mo3 died. Y'all don't think that's strange? Y'all don't think that's strange? And another thing, why y'all go so hard for certain rappers, right? But when that boy Jay the Youngin just died, nobody covered that case like that or really went into depth to try to find out who was behind that. Y'all got to stop picking and choosing which rappers that y'all like the most, so y'all gonna try to solve their cases and not solve others. So all you case solving bloggers, all the Fed bloggers on here, the federal agents on here that were hired just for these sites, if y'all gonna solve cases, make sure y'all solve them all. Solve all the rappers' cases. Because y'all knew who Jay the Youngin was too. But because he wasn't super big, y'all didn't put as much time into his case. Do that too. And with that being said, I'm out. Deuces.